All right, y'all, welcome to NAFMO, otherwise known as No One Asked for My Opinion, because no one ever asked for my opinion. You already know the deal. Also, reminder, make sure you call 314-866-3525, right? Leave a voicemail. We'll put your message in the next video. We actually have one voicemail today. Someone called in. I'm a little happy I have not listened to it yet. But first, let's go over these. So today we're going over the title fights we need to make before the year's over. Some of these will not get done. I don't think we're going to get a title fight out of all, what is there, 10 divisions? This one, the women's strawweight, the rankings aren't even updated, so I probably won't even do that. Right, a lot of these are obvious, but we'll go through all of them. Let's start with the skinny, the short kings. I'm a short king myself, so I get to say that, so don't be hating on me. Flyweight, Joshua Van, obviously, he gets the rematch versus Pantoja. Pantoja broke his arm in a freak accident, and Joshua Van, he put a beat down on. So Joshua Van put a beat down on Tyra. Also, you have, right, this division is really good. I mean, all these guys are very highly skilled, but you're not just, these names are not as marketable. You have a lot of non-Americans in here. I guess what you say, foreigners. This dude, this looks maxer dude, Loner Kavanaugh. He looks good, and I know he's fighting soon, so maybe he can get a title shot just based on looks. Maybe he'll get the Matt Rife treatment. You know what I mean? But yeah, give him the title shot. Give Pantoja his title shot back. He fought for the title 5 times. And he won all of them except when he broke his arm in a freak accident. So this one's easy. Just give it to Pantoja. And this one should be soon. Van fought May 9th, but his next fight, Pantoja should be ready to go from the broken arm. I hear he's trying to make a summer comeback. There is a way Manel Kopp could sneak in. He did just have a win on the card, this past weekend. So Cape could sneak in. I don't think Cape gets it, but if he gets it, maybe Pantoja fights Cape and we determine it from there. I don't think we need to do all that. That's just my opinion. Let's move on to bantamweight. Peter Yan. People say it weird. Pieter. I don't know how people say it. He's missing the second E. I mean, he's not missing it. That's how his name is spelled. Whatever. Peter Yan. Put on a nice show versus Marab. Now we do have a lot of Sean O'Malley. We do have a lot of Sean O'Malley fans, which I joined the bandwagon when I first watched UFC. Yes, I was on the bandwagon. I do like Sean O'Malley. I think he's a great striker. Do I think he gets the title shot because he robbed Peter Yan like 3 years ago? No. I think Marab should get his lick back. I'm a big rematch guy though. I'm a big rematch, right? If you got the title 2 times, 3 times, and then someone takes it from you, I think you deserve a rematch. Umar, I don't think he deserves it yet. Honestly, I would, some of these people, they're just a little boring. I would put Sean O'Malley over Umar if we have to pick one of these guys for the title. That's my personal bias. But yeah, give it to Marab. Do I think Marab wins? Unfortunately, yes, I do. I know there's a lot of Yan heads in here. Marab's, striking is a little suspect. He is a great wrestler. Both of these guys completely wrestle mog Sean O'Malley, unfortunately. Can Sean O'Malley have great takedown defense in 135? I think that's a very hard thing to do. When you get up to the higher weight classes like 185, 170, 205, yes, it seems easier to have good takedown defense. So I don't think Sean O'Malley has to takedown defense. I'm sorry. Give Marab back. If Marab ends up losing, then yeah, we can consider Sean O'Malley. I just think, give Marab. I know he actually took a lot of damage. We'll show his x-rays or whatever. Anyways, on to the next thing. You already know. Alexander Volkanovski. Give me Diego Lopez 3. Yes, I'm a big rematch guy. Yo, I'm just kidding. I can't even commit to that bit. That's insane. Masvar, everyone's saying this, and I was like, yeah, why not Masvar? He's 20-0, by the way. So I looked him up, right, because I'm a casual. I'm not really checking in for Masvar Evlevov. So people are begging for him to get the title shot, and what do I see? He is a decision merchant. He's a big decision merchant. So he gets in the UFC and goes to decision 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. What does majority decision versus unanimous decision mean? I don't know. But anyways, do you trust someone to go to the decision with Volk and win? Unless they're Islam Makhachev. Not really. So, yeah, I think he deserved a title shot, but is it good business for the UFC? I think Volk's a big enough name to where whoever he fights, people will watch. Obviously, the casuals will not watch. Whatever. That's part of the sport. That's part of every sport. But yes, give him the title shot. I mean, he's 20-0. If he was 10-0, it'd be a different discussion. Also, just to cap it off, there's not really a lot of other people in this division. Right? You could do Diego Lopez again. You could do Lerone Murphy. But the rest of these guys, I mean, the hype has not gone well for them. Arnold Allen has been around a long time. You have Gene Silva. He could pull something off. I think he lost pretty recently though, so I don't know. It might end up being Diego Lopez, and people are going to be mad at that. Lightweight, right? Stacked division. Probably the most stacked division for 5 years straight. Since I've been watching, this division has just been stacked. So you have Justin Gaethje coming off the dominant win from the White House. If he does not give Ilya two battered black eyes, if he doesn't beat the living shit out of Ilya and rip out his eyeballs, does that fight go a different way? A lot of people say probably, but if my grandma had balls, she'd be my grandpa. So does Ilya get the title shot? Does he get the rematch? It's his first title shot in the division. I think he's good enough to where he gets the rematch, but his resume as far as in that lightweight division, there's an argument not to make that rematch and to give it to Arman or Charles. Do I think he wins that rematch? I would give Ilya the slight edge, but obviously my heart goes with Justin Gaethje. So just know that my heart goes with Justin Gaethje. It always goes for Justin Gaethje. Pause. But yeah, give Ilya the rematch. I think that's the rematch we need to make. If not, I would not be mad at Arman or Charles. And Charles is my favorite fighter, so I would love if Charles got the rematch. But I do want to see Ilya fight, get that rematch back, get that win back, and see what he can do from there. He'll probably end up fighting Arman or Charles after that. Pretty easy at the lightweight, as much as that is stacked, right? I don't want to see Patty jumping from 9 to a championship fight. I know rankings are kind of stupid. These are the new AI rankings. Okay. I did not even know that the whole time I've been watching. These came out today. I think it says Meta UFC rankings. Now we move on to another stacked division, welterweight, and I think a lot of these divisions are stacked because the average people are probably from 155 to 170. And then right from very small to very tall or very big, you get weird. There's just not as many people. So welterweight, you have Islam Makhachev. Gladly, we already have a championship fight made, which is the one I wanted. Islam Makhachev versus Ian Gary. Do I think Ian Gary has the striking and the wrestling defense to get it done? No. No, I'll be honest, I don't. And it's funny, these AI meta UFC rankings or whatever puts Ian Gary at number 2 behind Protest, even though Ian Gary beat Protest. And I know third round Protest was looking good. He just waited too long to get it started. Ian Gary's great. Who do you have a fight with? Shavkat Rakhmonov was amazing. He also had a fight versus Michael Venom Page. I know he's running on 39, turning on 50. But yeah, that's what we got to do. Islam Makhachev versus Ian Gary. I do like that fight. If Islam wins, which he probably will, then it goes to Protest. So you also do have Michael Morales, who is undefeated, 19-0. You could also throw him in the mix. However, I do think Ian Gary. I know he went to decision with Rachmaninoff. That was a great fight. I mean, if someone is not a fan of the UFC, it might be boring. There's a lot of grappling, but I thought it was very technical. Great. I like that it's scheduled in September. Unfortunately, Islam probably won't fight for another 18 months, so the division could look a lot different in 18 months, right? We could get freaking Mike Mollett or Daniel Rodriguez is a championship contender in 18 months. That one's pretty easy. Also, let me clarify on my lightweight thing that I was talking about, because I know there's going to be a lot of Ilya Glazers, and now there's a lot of Ilya haters. I don't really feel one way or another. It's just the fact that he lost to Justin Gaethje seemed that maybe Ilya has some size he needs to put on. Right? I think Paddy Pimblett is going to absolutely... I don't think Paddy Pimblett wins that fight, but it's tough when someone's so much bigger than you, even if they're less skilled. That's why I say Ilya, there's a chance he does not get the rematch. Anyways, let me move back on from welterweight. We already got the fight scheduled. The only one we have scheduled so far, which is good. Middleweight, Sean Strickland. So I did see the graphic, I think yesterday. Dricus du Plessis is fighting Kamaru Usman at middleweight. Do I think Dricus du Plessis wins? Unfortunately, I don't. This might be the downfall of Dricus du Plessis. And I know we're talking about title shots here, but if he gets, put in a crucifix like, Christ himself 5 rounds in a row by Hamzat Chimaev, I think it's going to be a very tough fight against Kamaru Usman, unless Usman, he just shows his age and he's old and he can't do anything. And Dricus, a piano falls on a piano falls on Kamaru Usman and he slips on a banana peel, I think Drake is lose that fight, and I'm sorry I got to say that. So Hamza, it looks like is gonna get his rematch because I don't see any of these other guys. Hamzat, I think, is going to get his rematch just based on that matchup because I don't see any of these other guys getting the title fight versus Sean Strickland. Does Hamzat win the rematch? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. You know, the weight cut is always hard for him. He moved up a whole weight division and it's still hard for him is what I keep hearing. He just did not look good that fight. You know, it could have been like a Alex Pereira had a bad showing versus Magomed Ankalaev, and you know I didn't believe it, and then he comes out and just does what he does against Ankalaev, and I'm like, okay, he did have a bad night. Hamzat could not really get Strickland down. Strickland has better striking, good defense. It was a close fight. I'll say that. If Hamzat is a little better, he probably wins that fight. But Sean Strickland, he's good, man. Is he the most entertaining guy? No. But it looks like we're getting Hamzat versus Sean Strickland, and I'm fine with that. I agree with that. So you have Carlos Ulberg blew his ACL out versus Yuri Prohashka, who obviously, not obviously, I think he deserved the title fight at the time. Um, yeah, he blew his knee out and still knocked out Yuri. Does Yuri get the title shot back? No. I think we got to go with Magomed here. Does Magomed beat Carlos Ulberg? I don't know. This light heavyweight is not the greatest division. I honestly love Khalil Roundtree. I thought he gave, besides Magomed obviously beating Alex on his off night or whatever, I thought Khalil gave Alex a run for his money. He did knock him. He did knock him down. You know, Alex might have slipped on a banana peel, but he did knock him down. Khalil was doing great until he got hit with 20 liver shots in round 4. Um, so we also could see Khalil Roundtree jumping the rankings from 6 to championship fight. But I do think it goes to Magomed. He's just a hard person to market. Light heavyweight at this point is hard to market unless it's like Paulo Costa or Yuri. Um, Jamal Hill, I don't know. He freaking blew his knee out trying to dunk a basketball. That lost him a lot of aura. I don't know what fight to make for light heavyweight. I'm being honest. This is the one weight class I have no idea. Uh, give Ankh, give him Carlos Ulberg whenever he gets back. They might do an interim fight for this, which is fine. And then on to heavyweight. On to heavyweight, we have Tom Aspinall, champion, holding up the division. It seems like he's ready to fight Cyril Gane. So I do think we do Cyril Gane versus Tom Aspinall in Paris. We could have had a great title fight at the White House if Alex won. No, I'm just kidding. So that's the obvious fight to make. This one, you know, this isn't really me matchmaking anything. You also have Josh Hokett and Sergey Pavlovich in that division, who are, you know, two hot fighters right now. Volkov isn't as hot. This it's a crazy pause, by the way. Um, I think instead of Josh Hokett versus Alex, you do Josh Hokett versus Sergey, and or Sergey versus Alex or something like that. And I'm a big Sergey fan, man. He has the longest reach in the division. He's a little slow, but that's what you get when you're 265 naturally, with 84-inch reach. Which that's just insane. Um, Tom Aspinall versus Cyril. Uh, I don't like Cyril, and it's nothing to do with him knocking out Alex. I've never liked him just because he was supposed to show up versus John Jones, and he did not show up, and that really broke my heart. And he also robbed, I think it was Volkov. Yeah, he robbed Volkov, a year or two ago for no reason, and I can't blame that on him. He just didn't win. And then he fights Tom Aspinall and pokes his eye out, knuckle deep in his eyeball. And he does it to himself every time. So that kind of pisses me off. To end it off, we'll have women's bantamweight because they don't even have strawweight they don't even have strawweight rankings yet. AI doesn't know what to do. It don't have enough fights, I guess. Obviously, do Harrison versus Amanda Nunes. I thought that was going to be on the White House card, but I don't know how long Kayla Harrison broke her neck for. She's really been holding up the division. Now I have no clue where this fight could go, and I'll be honest. Like I said with heavyweight, I hope Tom wins. I think he does win. I know everyone says, "Oh, he had a bad showing." Whatever. Yeah, whatever. That happens. Good thing is he got his eyes gouged out, so he got to, hey, I can't continue. If he could or if he couldn't, I don't blame him. You know. Now he gets to watch film, come back, and we'll see how it goes. Yo, I had to start the recording back over. I almost forgot. Real quick. Someone left a voicemail. It said at the beginning of the video. Uh, let's listen to it real quick. I've not listened to it yet, so here we go. I appreciate the voicemail beforehand. Let's hear it.
All right, here's my real piece of shit comment over here about Alien Justin. These dudes, both of them, cannot wrestle. I'm sorry.
All right, he said they can't wrestle. Ilya was a submission specialist, right, early in his career. Justin, what I hear, he was a great wrestler in college, and as we see in a lot of his fights, he just chooses not to wrestle. Um, which does make it more exciting. Whatever. Let's keep going.
But everyone's saying, oh, yeah, they got hidden wrestling talent. Where is it? Justin had Ilya in his arms and could not do shit. He cannot wrestle. I'm sorry, Justin. You did great, but you cannot wrestle. Now, before this fight, I did not think Justin is a great fighter. I mean, he was decent. I hear good things about it. I did not watch him, but I didn't care much. Now I saw Batty on him. I was like, I really respect Batty for that what he did. I think I enjoyed Batty more. That's why that fight was one of my favorite fights.
Justin versus Patty was amazing, by the way. I thought at the time when I watched it, that was top three, maybe best fight I've ever seen since I've been watching UFC, which was, I think, Connor versus Poirier 2, when Connor got pieced up and he lost, and that's what brought me into the sport. Uh, but that Justin versus Patty was amazing. I love that they didn't grapple; it was straight kickboxing for 5 rounds. And that's what I think makes Justin so exciting, and this is why he gets so many title shots, because he is exciting, and he is good, but being exciting is part of it.
But now, put Ilya in with his publicity, with how people love him, with how good he is, with how cocky he is, with the confidence, everything. Then put Justin with him and have Justin do that. Bruh. Brother, check his belt. Check Ilya's belt.
I don't know what is Ilya's what is his status? Is Ilya a black belt? Let's check. So now we know from the AI, Ilya is the first Georgian black belt, is along with his brother Alex, who we saw have him tell him he couldn't see, or tell him I don't know. People are saying he his brother called it. Whatever, that's fine. Should we check his belt? Maybe. He has not been submitting people like he did. He has great hands, and that's what he relies on, and that's why he has so much hype behind him. So I don't really blame him. I like this, right? If you're in real trouble and you have to use your grappling, then use it. But if I like this sport when it's striking, and I think most people do, unless you're like Joe Rogan or whatever. Uh, I mean, they're both great wrestlers. They might cancel each other out. Justin is probably a black belt, and he's a great wrestler. But whatever. There's only 20 seconds left. Let's keep going.
That's the reason why this fight was way better than Patty, just because it's Ilya, because of his name. I'm not gonna lie. And then maybe with these eyes and down, he looks like a mouse. Um, but now I respect Justin. Now I actually kind of love Justin. Not gonna lie.
Yes, we all love Justin now. I appreciate that. I'm a Justin Gaethje, like certified Justin Gaethje fan. Charles is my still favorite fighter, but I wish the best for Justin. Absolute clinic he put on. 2 fights in a row. Did he get hit in both fights? Yes. Did I think he was in trouble versus Ilya when he got all them liver shots? I don't even know if it was liver. It might have been just body. It was great. I mean, it was an amazing fight. Um, should we check their belts? No. If Ilya got submitted, you know, in that position, which I think he was in a bad position. If Ilya got submitted, I think we check his belt. I don't think we check anyone's belt if they don't submit somebody. I think we'd check their belt if they're submitted. That's just my take. That might be a hot take. Anyways, thank you for the voicemail, sir. Leave your name next time, by the way. Anyone who calls, leave their name. Have a great day, y'all.